Hello, my sister was Corporal Anne-Marie Ellement. She was the youngest of 3 girls. Anne-Marie had always wanted to join the army, and in 2006 she joined up and became a Royal Military Police Officer. She loved her job and she believed in justice. She was good at her job and took immense pride in serving her country, and as a family we were all very proud of her. She carried the 6 core values of the army: courage, discipline, respect for others, integrity, loyalty, and selfless commitment. In the autumn of 2009, she was posted to Germany. She was looking forward to this new assignment because it was a busy location and there would be more interesting and varied work for her to do. In 2009, she reported that she'd been a victim of a rape. She telephoned me the following day, and I recall so clearly the terrible state she was in. One of her friends had to break the news to me. Initially, she could barely bring herself to speak. The men she accused of raping her were also Royal Military Police officers who she served with and who she had considered to be her friends. Her allegation was investigated by the Royal Military Police themselves. The investigation obviously lacked independence and was seriously flawed and incompetent. A decision was made that no charges would be brought. Anne-Marie was devastated. Already feeling isolated, she began to believe she was being punished for making the allegation. She became the target of bullying, including vicious rape-related bullying. She attempted to complain about her treatment, but she was ignored. She asked to be transferred closer to her family, but this was delayed for many months. She was seen as a problem child. In the meantime, the bullying and her mental state deteriorated, and she was told by her commanding officer that she needed to accept responsibility for what had happened and to move on. Eventually, 4 months after the allegation of rape, she was transferred to a barracks closer to her home. But the rumours of what had happened in Germany began to follow her, and soon enough the bullying started again. Now being forced to work 80 to 90 hours a week and being called in on her rest days, her mental state deteriorated still further. Her work was ridiculed in front of her colleagues, and she became a laughing stock. She was never discussed in welfare meetings. She was called a skank, a slag, a liar, and the girl who cried rape. On the 9th of October 2013, 3 days after her 30th birthday, she committed suicide. She hung herself from a stairwell outside her accommodation block. She left no note, just a simple message saying sorry, written in pink lipstick on the mirror. A first brief inquest was held and we were not represented. I tried to ask questions about what was known about my sister. What should have been known about her, and what, if anything, could have been done to help her. I tried to ask questions about the bullying that she had spoken to me about and the overwork. The coroner told us that these issues could not be dealt with at an inquest and to take up any concerns we had with the army themselves directly. He consistently shut me down and stopped my questions. After the hearing, we issued a judicial review proceedings in the High Court against him. The first inquest was quashed and a fresh inquest was ordered. It was only the Human Rights Act, Article 2, the right to life, that enabled this to happen. At the same time, we wrote to the Ministry of Defence to request that Anne-Marie's rape allegation be investigated, even though she had died. They refused. Finally, under threat of further legal proceedings and relying again on only the Human Rights Act, this time Article 3, the right not to be subjected to degrading treatment, the Ministry of Defence agreed to refer the rape allegation for reinvestigation. The investigation has been conducted by the RAF Police as well as civilian police from Bedfordshire Police Force. It remains ongoing at this time, and I cannot say any more on that. The fresh inquest was held last year. After 3 weeks of evidence from soldiers, brigadiers, commanding officers, and military police officers, the coroner ruled that the lingering effects of an act of alleged rape, workplace bullying, and overwork had all contributed to the death of my sister. The coroner made a number of important recommendations, which I believe will improve things for other servicemen and women. Now, all servicemen and women who report rape or sexual assault have to be referred to outside non-military agencies to help and support, and there have been important changes in mental health support provision. Whether these policies are carried into effect is, of course, another matter entirely, but it's a good first step. And for me, I believe, for the wider public, the positive impact of exposing the Army's terrible failure to protect and help my sister who was prepared to put her life on the line for them, cannot be overstated. Soldier or civilian, your human rights require protection, yet the Army failed a traumatised, vulnerable woman at every single stage. Without the Human Rights Act, none of what has been achieved would ever have been possible. The Human Rights Act gave me a voice, and it gave my sister back her dignity. Thank you.